Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. This is Arithmo Henyo, your friendly teacher from the Philippines. And for today's video, I will share with you how to get your contract verified or authenticated, the process and the requirements, especially if you are working here in Myanmar, which is before Alert Level 4, pero binabana nila ng Alert Level 2. So, pwede ka nang kumuha ng OEC, pero paano ka ba kukuha ng OEC? Ang number one requirement mo is your contract verification and dapat may seal and complete. Kasi pag hindi ka mabibigyan ng OEC. But before we proceed, maglalambing lang ako. If you think this video is informative, pa-subscribe na lang din po and pa-like na rin. And pa-share din ng video para maka-help din dun sa iba. So let's start. This is an example of OEC or Overseas Employment Certificate na kailangan natin sa immigration para hindi tayo ma-offload. So how to apply OEC in Myanmar. So kung nandito ka at level alert 2 pa, yung Yangon Embassy, hindi sila nag-a-allow unless i-follow natin ito. So it says here, Filipinos in Myanmar are notified of the Department of Migrant Workers or DMW, informing legitimate and documented overseas Filipino workers who have been legally working in Myanmar that they will be allowed to resume their overseas employment in the country after properly registering with the DMW. This applies only to those with existing employment contracts and not to the deployment of new hires to Myanmar. OFW based in Myanmar are reminded to coordinate with MWO Kuala Lumpur, while returning OFW presently in the Philippines are requested to proceed to the nearest DMW. Pero, yung sinasabi dito na this applies only to those with existing employment, one of my friends, basta pumunta na lang siya dito, nakakuha naman siya ngayong taon lang. Then, below is the MWO contact details. So, eto yun. So, ang unang munang gagawin kung naandito ka na sa Myanmar, kasi kami na pamilya, gusto naming umuwi ngayong Pasko, December 2023, nakakatakot na bumalik kasi wala kang OEC, nakakatakot na ma-offload. Grabe yun. So, kung nandito ka sa Myanmar, ang unang gagawin mo is mag-i-email ka dito. So, nung nag-email ako sa kanila, eto yung sagot sa akin. Kindly forward the following basic requirements. Pero, pag in-email mo yung Kuala Lumpur, DMW Kuala Lumpur, kailangan naka-carbon copy yung Yangon Embassy. So, para alam ng Yangon na nag-email ka sa Kuala Lumpur, nakipag-coordinate ka sa kanila, and every time na sasagot or mag-e-email back ka or magre-reply, kailangan naka-CC ang Yangon para pagpunta mo doon, meron silang proof na meron kang confirmation from Kuala Lumpur. Kasi nga, level alert 2, so kaya nasa Kuala Lumpur pa. So, eto yung mga kailangan. Employment contract signed by both parties, valid work visa, copy of passport bio page, original, copy of identification card nung employee and employer, business registration, copy of valid insurance coverage, other documents. And it says here, after the initial evaluation, you will be advised to submit the original copies to Philippine Yangon. So, yung DMW Kuala Lumpur, sila yung mag-a-advise sa'yo kung pupunta ka na sa Yangon Embassy. Pero kasi ang tagal nila mag-reply, so ang ginawa ko, pumunta na ako sa Embassy sa Yangon, and eto naman yung requirements na ibinigay nila sa akin. Same din, pero ang difference lang yung number 1, original employment contract with the inclusion of repatriation. Ngayon, eto yung naging problema ko na inabot ako ng 7-7, siyam-siyam. Kasi hindi ko alam kung paano gagawin. Yung employer ko, hindi rin alam ang gagawin. Grabing pabalik-balik at paiyak na ako. Kasi December 15 yung flight namin. Pero December 10 na, wala pa akong certification, hindi pa na-authenticate yung contract ko. So, grabe, nakakaiyak yun. Kung halimbawa, sa contract nyo, wala yung repatriation clause, I will tell you what I did. Kung paano siya gagawin kung wala siya sa contract mo. Pero yung number 2, like yung ibinigay ng Kuala Lumpur DMW, employee must personally appear. So, ang reason nila dito is for them to see kung ano yung status mo, kung nahihirapan ka ba or whatever. Pero teacher naman tayo, tsaka valid naman lahat. At hindi naman scam yung trabaho natin, legit yun. So, okay naman. Then, number 3, each signatory. So, eto yung photocopy ng passport mo na empleyado at saka nung employer mo na may signature. And then copies of certificate of incorporation and list of directors, officers of the company. Meron naman sila dito lalo na kung international school. And then authorization letter authorizing the signatory. So, paano ito? Kasi yung may director ako, so above the director may board of directors. So, kung yung director yung nagsasign, kailangan ng authorization letter from one of the boards na may kasamang passport or NRC ID na kinukonfirm na halimbawa yung director mo is allowed na mag-sign ng contract mo. Pero yung sa case ko, hindi ako binigyan ng passport at NRC nung pinaka-board. Kasi syempre, karapatan naman yun. Nag-request ako sa Yangon kung anong dapat gawin. So, ang request nila, yung HR mismo magko-confirm na yung letter na binigay ng board ay legit at inaalaw yung director na mag-sign. So, yung HR yung magbibigay ng passport or NRC ID. So, okay na yun. And then, copy of valid insurance coverage of the workers. So, hopefully, meron ka. Kami naman meron. And then, valid work permit or visa. And magbabayad ka ng $25. So, balik tayo dun sa number 1. Halimbawa, yung contract mo, walang repatriation clause. Anong gagawin mo? Kung yung contract mo, walang repatriation clause, ang nahirapan ako kasi binago yung kontrata, nilagyan ng repatriation. Pero, iba yung statement. Kaya sabi ko, nag-request ako dun sa Yangon, ano ba talaga yung gusto nyo, yung eksakto? Kasi, pabalik-balik na ako. Punta akong embassy, punta akong school, gagawin ng school. Nag-cooperate naman yung school, pero hindi nila alam yung eksaktong gagawin. Yung pala ganito lang. So, kung walang repatriation clause, yung kontrata mo, maggawa ka ng addendum. So, hindi rin naman alam ng school kung paano. So, ang ginawa ko, nag-research ako, at eto yung example. So, kung gusto nyong gayahin, bahala kayo kasi na-approve naman. So, eto yung start, addendum to the employment contract between the school, the employer, and ako. And then, ano yung position? Eto yung statement. So, nakita ko lang to. So, okay naman. To wit, eto pala, kung babalik ka dito sa requirement na ibinigay nila, eto mismo yung repatriation clause. E di sana nung una pa, sinabi na sa akin anong gagawin, na kopyahin lang eksakto to at ilagay dun sa kontrata mismo. E dahil ayaw na nilang ipabago yung kontrata ko, eto na lang, kinopya ko na lang to. Eto na, kinopya ko na siya. To wit, repatriation of remains in the event of the employee's death during the terms of this agreement, her or his remains and personal belongings shall be repatriated to the Philippines at the employer's expense. If the repatriation of remains is not possible, the same may be disposed of upon prior approval of the employee's next of kin and or by the Philippine Embassy Consulate nearest the job site. Hanggang dito lang. Pero, nilagay na rin yung as detailed in our school-wide health coverage plan. Repatriation is included for the employee up to $20,000 kung meron kayo nito dun sa insurance nyo. Pero kung wala, pwede nang hanggang dito lang sa period. Then, eto na, this addendum shall be an integral part of the employment contract which shall be in full force and effect. Signed by yung employer mo, date, and then yung position, and accepted by the employee. Eto, tinanggap naman, kaya tuwang-tuwa ako nung nakomplete ko na ito. Tapos, tinanong ako, paano mo nakuha yung trabaho? Kasi dapat, pag halimbawa, kukuha ka ng trabaho, dalawa lang yun, either direct hire or meron kang agency. Pero nga, dahil hindi nga ako probably direct hire, pero galing kasi ako sa US noon as J1 teacher. So, kailangan mo ng sworn statement. So, paano? Ito, bibigyan na kita ng example. Ayan. So, sworn statement, ito ay yung pangalan ko of legal age Filipino with a postal address in the Philippines. And ito kung saan ako nakatira dito sa Myanmar. Under oath, state that ito kung paano ko nahanap. Actually, pagpunta mo sa DMW sa Pilipinas, itatanong din nila kung paano mo nakuha yung trabaho. Kasi sabi sa akin sa embassy noon, hindi dapat ganon. Na pumunta ka muna, tapos magpapa-authenticate ka, backward yung ginawa mo. So, dapat mula sa Pilipinas. Pero, Yung requirement ng direct hire, sobrang dami. Sobrang tagal. May phase 1, may phase 2, may phase 3. So, siguro sa next video ko, ipapakita ko yon. Pero, eto yung example kung paano ko siya nakuha. So, bahala ka na kung paano mo gagawin or paano mo gagawin yung sworn statement mo. How did you get this job? I'm a member's role where most international schools hire teachers from all over the world. I have been in the USSJ1 since 2017 and about to finish my contract. I applied and got hired and so on and so forth. And then, in witness whereof, I have herein to set my hands, yung date mo, and then yung pangalan mo, and then ito, ipinanotaryo ko. So, ayan, eto na yung sworn statement ko kung paano ko nakuha yung trabaho. So, bahala ka na kung paano mo nga nakuha yung trabaho mo. Pag natapos mo na lahat yung mga requirements na to, ayan, may sulat pa nga, original employment with repatriation clause, ayun yung mga instruction nila in the contract or gawa ka ng addendum. And eto yung mga explanation at pag nagawa mo na lahat ito, okay na. So, basta complete yung requirements mo, ipapatawag ka na dun sa embassy. So, eto na yung example ng contract verification. Ayan. So, Embassy of the Republic of the Philippines in Yangon certificate. And, meron siyang ganito. Meron siyang ganyan sa ilalim. Together with all your requirements na pinapirmahan mo and all. So, pag uwi mo sa Pilipinas at kukuha ka ng OEC, ay naku po, sobrang dali. Dun sa next video ko, ipapakita ko at saka sasabihin ko kung paano at paano talaga mag-apply ng OEC sa Pilipinas. Ito lang yung dala ko. Ayan. Ito lang yung dala ko pagkakita nila. Grabe, pinaprint na agad sa akin yung OEC ko. So, I hope this video helped you, especially kung nandito ka sa Myanmar, magpa-authenticate ka na para makakauwi ka, hindi ka nangangamba na pagdaan mo sa immigration, pagbalik mo dito, ma-offload ka. Grabe, sayang pamasahe, sayang lahat. So, mas maganda, meron tayong OEC, at saka pag OFW ka, grabe yung benefits, especially sa travel tax sa family. So, sabihin ko yan sa susunod kong video. So, maraming salamat for watching my video. You all have a great day. If you have any question, just leave a comment. Or, pwede nyo po akong message sa Facebook page ko sa Arith Mohenyo. Maraming salamat. Bye!